Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're stepping through the front door into a space that often goes unnoticed but says so much, the entryway. Ours is a narrow hallway that quietly connects the outside world to our home's heart. It holds the doors to the powder bath, a decor closet, and of course the front door itself. From here, you catch a small glimpse into our living room, warm, cozy, and layered with personality. In contrast, this hallway always felt a bit bare, full of light, but it lacks warmth. It just felt a little too sterile, and that's exactly what we're changing today. I've always believed that a home's entryway sets the tone. It's the very first impression, a reflection of your style, your mood, and your story. Today's transformation is made possible thanks to our sponsor, Lowe's, who's helped bring this vision to life today. I started by clearing out the rest of the space while Lowe's prepared my online order for pickup. The gallery wall, once a focal point in here, is being relocated to another part of the home, and the black console table is making its way into our living room. I'm making big changes, but I'm doing it by shopping my own house, reimagining pieces I already own and letting them breathe new life into different rooms. The black console table and the mirror above it are both from a small shop that I love called Home & Kids Co. I will also be swapping out the runner. As beautiful as it is, it clashes with the new paint color and it no longer feels right in this space. This hallway has ceilings that stretch up into our second story. If I wanted to color drench this area, I'd either need a much taller ladder that I'm comfortable with or a bigger budget to hire it out, and neither of those options are on the table. As a content creator and a mom of three, convenience plays a huge role in how I plan my days. I was able to complete this entire project in less than 48 hours. Thanks to Lowe's mobile app, I placed my order and I opted for same-day pickup, even down to the exact paint color that I needed. My full order was brought out and loaded right into my car, which saved me both time and energy. Lowe's has just about everything from home improvement basics to stylish decor. As I walk you through the process in today's video, I'll be sharing everything I picked up, and you can find all the links to Lowe's new finds in the description box down below. By creating a visual stopping point, I can bring in paint and character to the space, all while keeping things manageable and within the budget. I've always loved the timeless look of vertical paneling. It adds instant character and texture to a space. I usually lean towards vertical shiplap, but this time I decided to go with beadboard. Each panel comes in at 8 feet long, and to keep things budget friendly, we cut them down to 4 feet. That way we were able to use every bit of material without any waste. After finding the wall studs, I attached each panel directly to them. In past projects, we've used construction adhesive, but this time we skipped the glue, and honestly, it just comes down to preference, whatever you want to do. You know how people joke about being a passenger princess? Well, I totally claim the title of project princess. I handle the design, I pick up a tool here and there, I do the painting and the styling, but my husband is the one behind the saw. He handles all the cuts and the measurements, and I'm so thankful for him. To dress up the panels, I went with 2.5-inch baseboard molding. I wanted something slim and minimal, and this one was just right. For the bottom trim, I used PVC base cap molding. It gave the perfect finishing touch and brought the whole look together beautifully. Anytime I work with wainscoting wall panels, there's always a point where it looks a little chaotic, but I've learned to trust the process because that in-between stage is completely normal. A huge part of getting that perfect finish is all in the prep work. So I changed into my painting clothes and I got right to it, starting by filling all the nail holes and sanding down the wood filler once it all dried. I'm a big fan of crisp, clean paint lines, so taping and caulking everything before painting is a must for me. Caulking can seem intimidating if you've never done it before, but it's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it, and instead of using a damp rag to smooth it out, I like to use baby wipes. One, they're always in my house, and two, it's just easier and I don't have to worry about ruining any towels. For paint, I went with the HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams line. I've used it for years and in my opinion, nothing compares. And I chose the color Natural Linen in a eggshell finish. It's the same shade that I used in our kitchen and I prefer a cohesive color story throughout our home. I didn't want a mix of different beiges from room to room, especially with our open floor plan. Keeping the same tone on the cabinets and now in the entryway just made sense, and it really helped everything feel more intentional and pulled together.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you, wanna see you smile? Where's that happy girl that I know?
We wrapped up trim work and painting all in one day, and somewhere in the middle of sanding, painting, and caulking, I managed to ruin my fresh manicure, but luckily I do my own nails, so I just painted over and kept moving. You guys know I have to have pretty nails when I'm filming, and it was definitely a wild day one, but somehow we pulled it off. It was a little rushed and a little chaotic, but totally worth it. We had a last-minute trip planned to visit family for the week, and I really wanted to finish this project before we left. With fall decorating just around the corner, getting this done now felt like the perfect reset. It gave me a clean slate to come home to, and I can't wait to start layering in all the cozy seasonal touches when we get back. I ended up moving the mirror to a different wall. Having it on the back wall made designing the space feel a little bit restricted, and I wanted more flexibility in the space. And underneath the new mirror spot, I brought in the sideboard from our living room and I placed it here in the foyer. Swapping out furniture between rooms is one of my favorite ways to refresh a space without spending anything, and somehow everything feels new and exciting again. I've also had a vision for a large art piece on the back wall for a while now, and this felt like the perfect time to bring it to life. I've been eyeing a piece from Mickey & Co for years, but it was way more than I wanted to spend, and then I came across a digital print on Etsy that had a really similar look. I had it printed and custom framed through Frameology in a 40 by 60 size, and I was able to get a much larger framed canvas for a fraction of the price of the original designer price, and I love the way it looks. A statement like this deserved a timeless picture light, and I found the perfect one at Lowe's. It's a polished nickel, a finish that I've been slowly bringing into our home the past couple months, and it's everything I was looking for: heavy, classic, beautifully made, and just the right amount of shine. I did not hardwire it. I don't know how to do that, but for now we're going to be using battery operated light bulbs in it. Finding a runner that was both the right size and budget friendly for this space was surprisingly difficult. I do like to invest in furniture pieces, but when it comes to a runner, I personally don't want to spend hundreds. I came across so many that I loved, but most had the price tags upwards of $1,000 just because I needed a 14-foot runner, which wasn't realistic for me, so I opted for this one instead. And honestly, I'm not sure if I love it. It feels a little too busy for this space. I'm seriously considering returning it and going with something simpler, maybe a plain jute that adds texture without competing with everything else in this space. To replace the gallery wall that was previously here, I hung a new frame I found at Hobby Lobby. It has the prettiest neutral tones that complements the wall color perfectly. I wanted to add a personal touch with a family photo. I've been holding on to this beautiful frame from HomeGoods since last fall. I haven't used it and I've been waiting for the right spot, and it pairs so nicely with the larger piece. Together, they create a simple, meaningful moment that feels really special in the entryway. One piece that stayed exactly where it was is this vintage skinny bench from Olive Atelier. It adds the right amount of vintage charm and character to the space. I love how its weathered texture balances out some of the newer, more polished elements. With artwork both on this wall and the back wall, the space in between was starting to feel a little empty, but adding more art would just feel a little too art heavy. And I've had this tapered candle wall sconce since our last home, and I've been holding on to it, waiting for the perfect spot. It ended up being just what this wall needed, something subtle but full of visual interest. It fills the space beautifully without overwhelming it. To style the sideboard, I use a formula that never fails me. It's simple, layered, and full of character. First step is lighting. I'm adding one of my favorite lamps. It anchors the space and instantly adds warmth. Step 2 is layering. This can be done with books, frames, or both. I'm using books here and I'm creating 2 stacks, making one taller than the other. And for added dimension, I've turned the second stack vertically. Next up is texture. Whether it's metal or wicker, I always include one of the two. Today I'm using a wicker tray that I picked up from HomeGoods. Then comes vintage. Depending on your surface size, I recommend 2 to 3 vintage pieces. I went with 2 beautiful rice wine jars, one larger than the other, that brings in the aged collected feel that I love. Height is next, and for that I used wisteria stems from Etsy. With these, more is definitely more. They look best when they are full and overflowing, and I just cannot get enough of them. The fifth element is scent or ambiance. Instead of a candle this time, I chose ambiance, using a pair of taper candle holders to bring in a soft, moody glow. And finally, especially for entryway styling, a catch-all. I added a small paper mache bowl and it finishes the surface beautifully. With that, the entryway refresh is complete. What do you guys think? Did you love the before? Do you love the after? Do you love both? I'd love to hear your opinions down below. Let's have a conversation. Don't forget to check out the Lowe's links down below. Thank you to Lowe's for sponsoring today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed spending time with me as much as I enjoyed filming this for you, and I will see you in my next video.